In this video, we're going to talk about parental controls on an Apple Mac. The first thing you need to do is open up the system preferences. So you can click on system preferences in the corner. And this is system preferences and your parental controls is right here. So let's click on parental controls. So the first thing you need to do when we're in parental controls is unlock the parental controls. And you do that by clicking on the little padlock in the corner. And then you can put your password in. So that will bring you to this screen here. Now I've already set up an account specific for this training course. I called it Child. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the different options that we have on this screen. So let's start with this screen here, which is apps. So most of this is self-explanatory. So I'm just going to go through roughly what this does. So clicking on this will allow you to use a simpler Finder view. This is particularly useful for inexperienced users and young children. Then we can look at limit applications. Now if we click on this, that's allowing us to limit the applications these children can actually use. So we can actually limit any of the apps that we have from the App Store. So now let's look at limit applications. If we tick this, this will allow us to limit the applications that the children can actually use on their particular Mac. So here, for example, this is every app that I've downloaded in the App Store. So I can untick that. That will prevent them using any of the apps that they have downloaded. I'm going to click that back on. So if I click on that arrow, you can see these are all the apps that I have. So I can actually untick these and those ones will not be able to use. And the same goes for any other apps. So we can see here, these are all the other apps that I have. And then we can also untick those as well, or tick them. Utilities, these are the utilities that are being used. You can see this is unticked. So this section on apps allows you to control what applications the children use. Let's look at web. So this tab is where we can restrict specific websites, but I would warn you to be very cautious about this. If you're restricting certain websites, you may find that children in school will need a particular website that you've actually blocked. So I'd be very wary of how you use this. Having said that, what you can do is you can allow unrestricted access to everything. You can limit the control. This is the one I'd stay clear of. By customizing, you can allow these websites in this one by adding them here, or you can click on this, which will never allow these particular websites. And on this one here, you can click on this and you can allow access to these following websites here. And then you can add more if you want. So let's click on people. Now this is to do with more of the social media and the game center and the multiplayer and games. So you can allow your children to actually join the game center and allow them to make friends, or you can disallow them by unticking this. You can limit mail to a certain group of contacts. You can limit mail to allowed contacts, and you can set that up somewhere else. You can limit messages to allowed contacts. The next thing I'd like to show you is the time limits, and this is where I think it's very powerful, because what you can do is you can limit the amount of time that your children are actually spending on their computer. So for example, if we tick this one here, limit weekday use to only 3 hours a day. So from Monday to Friday, they can only use their computers 3 hours a day. Again though, be very cautious of this. If you're setting this up for a child that needs their computer at school and they use it for more than 3 hours a day, then you're going to run into problems. So be very careful of that. Again, you can set weekend time limits. You can also set when school nights and when weekends are by clicking on these ones here. Let's now go to Other. And this section allows you to disable or enable certain aspects of the computer. So for example, we can turn off the ability to use the camera on the computer. Same goes for the microphone, etc., etc. Now the final thing I'd like to show you is this one at the bottom where it says Logs. So let's click on Logs. So this is a log of everything that they've done on their Mac. So we can see here, visited websites, websites that have been blocked. It would list all the ones that have been blocked from them, applications that they've used, and messages that they have sent. And we can group this by contact or by date. And we can show activity for different times. This is a very useful feature for you to be able to see exactly what they've been doing. So that now concludes this overview of Parental Controls, my suggestion is to go away, create an account and have a play. Please click on the links here for the other videos in this series.